You're listening to the Call Kent podcast, where Kent C. Dodds answers questions and gives insights to software engineers like you. Now, let's hear the call.
Greetings, Kent. I was making applications till now following the single page application pattern along with a separate REST API server using Fastify or Express. I have now moved to use React Router framework to make SSR applications. Coming from the React Router DOM, I used to protect routes by making a layout route and then putting all the protected routes inside that. And inside the layout route, I used to use SW or React Query to check for authentication. I did the same in React Router framework and recently found out that the actions in routes are still vulnerable and anyone can do a post request on that route. Currently, I do JWT authentication when logging in and put the token in the cookie. And in protected layout, I check for the authentication and redirect accordingly to the login or the outlet. But what about actions? Does then follows I have to use an auth helper in every each and every action on each and every route, or there is some way like in Fastify I used to have onRequest hook which I used to handle auth on any set of routes. Would love to hear your thoughts on this.
And that was the call. Here's what Kent had to say.
Hey, great question, Mohammed. Actually, for a long time, that is what you had to do. You had to add a check on every action or every loader. Everywhere you wanted to restrict access, you would have to add a check to make sure that the requesting user had access or does have access. Normally, that's not a big deal because you often need to get the user who is performing the mutation to make sure you're performing the mutation to the right entity or whatever. But sometimes it can be a problem, and it where you don't have to do that, and so you might forget or something. And yeah, this is like some annoying boilerplate that's would be nice to get rid of. And so luckily, in the latest version of React Router, there's an unstable or experimental middleware support, which is exactly what you're looking for. So I'll link to that. Yeah, if you find yourself really annoyed with having to do the check everywhere, that's definitely something I would look at using. So hope that is helpful. Enjoy the middleware.
This has been the Call Kent podcast. Learn more about Kent at kentcdodds.com and get your own questions answered at kentcdodds.com/calls.